So that was more or less what was said at Celebration Europe. And today, though, we're not going to talk about the ghost. We're not even going to talk about the rebels that give the TV show its name. We're not talking about the heroes. Today we're talking about the opposition, the bad guys. We're taking a look at the might of the Galactic Empire. So what does it mean when the Empire moves into your planet? I guess we need to set the galactic stage a little bit. And in doing so, I get to debunk a rumor, which is always kind of fun. The series takes place about 14 years after the events of Episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith. And that was when Chancellor Palpatine declared himself the leader of the first Galactic Empire. And as we all remember, that was met with thunderous applause. And that's something to keep in mind. For most of what is now the former Republic, the Empire was a welcome change from the chaos of the Clone Wars and the uncertainty of the Separatist crisis that preceded that for like 10 years beforehand. So people wanted stability and security, no matter the cost. Especially for many of the inner system worlds, the worlds closer to Coruscant, the Empire inspired fervent patriotism compared to the disillusionment of the decline of the Republic. So one of the principal objectives of an empire, well, any empire, but especially one ruled by a guy who screams out unlimited power, is expansion. The Empire wants to grow. It wants more territory. And it does this by pushing out into the unruly Outer Rim territories where the Republic never really had much of a stay. I mean, the Empire wants order, and that's where most of the disorder is in the galaxy. So it's going to fly a flag there. It's going to make a presence. And someone like Palpatine can actually sell that idea pretty easily. We're going to go annex independent worlds in the Outer Rim territory because the last big war that we just suffered through was caused by independent systems. So that's what we have, the Empire moving out onto the frontier and coming across planets like this one. This is the planet Lothal, and that's going to be one of the principal locations on the show. It's in the Outer Rim territories. It's been settled for a long time, but it has always existed beyond the borders of galactic civilization, beyond the Republic. It's a frontier world. Now, when the Empire moves into the frontier and decides it wants a planet, and it wants that planet to be an Imperial planet, it doesn't do what we kind of automatically assume it does, and it invades in full force. The Empire actually doesn't have the resources to invade every planet that it wants to control. So the ideal situation is if a planet has a civilization, you go in and you make sure that that planetary civilization, and Lothal has one, is loyal to the Empire. If that leader isn't loyal, you put in a guy or a girl who is loyal. And that's basically what happened to Lothal. The Empire moves in. And it's not necessarily a bad thing at first. Here's another look at the planet. It's a frontier world. Lothal, like many worlds in the Outer Rim, is poor, or at least not good at exploiting the resources it does have. To kind of use a real-world example, imagine Lothal as a sleepy town that's poor, that sits at the end of a rail spur that no one ever uses. And then here comes a big, rich empire saying, you know what? You're not a dead end anymore. You're going to be the starting point of a new rail line that's going to go into the frontier. A lot of people on Lothal are excited about that idea. It sounds promising, especially those capitalizing citizens who want to make money and seek security. So Lothal did welcome the Empire at first, and the Empire brought it with it industry. Lothal is a big old rich world.